Breaking news. Russian state media has been critical of mutiny leader Prigozhin and insists the probe is ongoing. On Wednesday, Russian state television harshly criticized Yevgeny Prigozhin, the exiled mercenary leader of a failed armed mutiny last month, and reported that the incident was still being investigated. Prigozhin, leader of the Wagner mercenary group, seized the Rostov-on-Don command center, from which Russia directs its war in Ukraine, and sent a column of fighters towards Moscow on June 24 before withdrawing after making a deal with the Kremlin. His rebellion was the greatest threat to Russian President Vladimir Putin in the more than 2 decades since Putin came to power, and it has forced the Kremlin to engage in a damage limitation exercise, emphasizing the loyalty of the armed forces and the unity of society in the face of treachery. Prigozhin, whose goal had been to oust the defense minister and chief of the general staff for what he cast as their incompetent prosecution of the war, was supposed to relocate to neighboring Belarus as part of the agreement which ended the mutiny. He was supposed to have the charges against him dropped in exchange. On the other hand, exclusive footage from law enforcement raids on Prigozhin's office and one of his estates in St. Petersburg was shown in a program called 60 Minutes, broadcast on the state Rossiya 1 TV channel on Wednesday evening. Lawmaker host Yevgeny Popov labeled Prigozhin a traitor, and a journalist named Eduard Petrov appeared on the show to present the footage as evidence of Prigozhin's criminal past and hypocrisy in calling out corruption in the armed forces. Videos surfaced online purporting to show Wagner bludgeoning traitors to death with a sledgehammer, and the footage showed boxes full of high-denomination rubles in his office and bundles of dollars in his luxurious residence, as well as what was called his personal helicopter, an arms cache, a collection of wigs, a fully equipped medical treatment room, and a collection of souvenir sledgehammers. This case was never meant to be resolved. An investigation into the authenticity of a video purporting to show a Russian strike on a mercenary camp, which was used by Prigozhin to justify the mutiny, is ongoing, according to Petrov. Russian law enforcement officers armed with firearms were shown entering Prigozhin's office. According to Petrov, it was the media outlets that Prigozhin funded that were responsible for creating the image of Yevgeny Prigozhin as a people's hero. They shut down and ran as soon as it failed. He claimed that $6.58 million in cash had been discovered on Prigozhin's property. Prigozhin claims that Wagner did all of its business in cash and paid all of its bills in cash. Putin claims the government paid for Wagner's opera. The program displayed what appeared to be multiple passports with different names, all purportedly used by Prigozhin. A normal person can't have so many passports, Petrov argued. He wondered why this person had such unusual abilities, like a serious gang leader. Find out who was supporting whom during the mutiny. They must be prosecuted and punished. 91.2455 rubles, $1, equals $1. Andrew Osborne contributed reporting, and Christopher Cushing edited.